Greece's Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis declared he was ready to do whatever it takes to reach agreement over its bailout after the collapse of talks with EU finance ministers. Mr. Varoufakis spoke after Greece rejected an EU offer to extend its current Euro 240 BN, pound 178 BN, bailout, a plan he called absurd and unacceptable. He said he was prepared to agree a deal but under different conditions. But the head EU negotiator warned there were now just days left for talks. Eurogroup head Jeroen Dijsselbloem said it was now up to Greece to decide if it wanted more funding or not. My strong preference is and still is to get an extension of the program, and I think it is still feasible, Mr. Dijsselbloem told a press conference after the talks collapsed. Greece's current bailout expires on February 28. Any new agreement would need to be approved by national governments, so time is running out to reach a compromise. Without a deal, Greece is likely to run out of money. Mr. Varoufakis said there was still substantial disagreement on whether the task ahead was to complete the current program, which Greece's newly elected government has pledged to scrap. He dismissed the promise of some flexibility in the program as nebulous and lacking in detail. Speaking at a news conference after Mr. Dijsselbloem, he said he had been presented with a draft communiqué by Pierre Moscovici, the EU's economics commissioner, which he had been ready to sign. However, that draft had been withdrawn minutes before the meeting started, Mr. Varoufakis said. But he sought to play down the setback as a temporary hitch. Europe will do the usual trick, it will pull a good agreement or an honorable agreement out of what seems to be an impasse. Before the meeting, German Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble had already said he was not optimistic a deal would be reached. The problem is that Greece has lived beyond its means for a long time and that nobody wants to give Greece money anymore without guarantees, he said. But French Finance Minister Michel Sapin said European leaders needed to respect the political change in Athens. As he arrived in Brussels, he urged the Greeks to extend their current deal to allow time for talks. Refinance. Greece has proposed a new bailout program that involves a bridging loan to keep the country going for 6 months and help it repay Euro 7 BN, pound 5.2 BN, of maturing bonds. The second part of the plan would see the country's debt refinanced. Part of this might be through GDP bonds, bonds carrying an interest rate linked to economic growth. Greece also wants to see a reduction in the primary surplus target, the surplus the government must generate, excluding interest payments on debt, from 3% to 1.49% of GDP. In Greece last week, 2 opinion polls indicated that 79% of Greeks supported the government's policies, and 74% believed its negotiating strategy would succeed.